So that was step number 1. So we're going into step number 2. If you have any question for step number 1, drop a comment in the section below and let's answer your questions. Step number 2, engage your skills. There are different ways you can engage your skills. I usually share this case study with people when I want to drive home the idea of engaging their skills. I have a friend. She designs cake. She does wedding cakes, birthday cakes, and the rest of that, for cake lovers like me, yeah. So one day I told her, why don't you make this cake on a regular? Like, you don't have to wait for weddings, for birthdays to make cakes. Why don't you just make cakes in smaller sizes and let people buy 100 naira size, 200 naira size, 500 naira size, and then let people, just have a bite. And then when more people engage in what you've done, they can now consider you for a bigger project like weddings, birthdays, and the rest of those events that, cake is usually involved. And you know what? She started. And then, not quite long, people around the area, people in the community started knowing more about what she does. And even to the extent of knowing, the different cakes she does and the different tastes they have. What am I saying? To engage your skill is to let people have a bite of your skill. Did you hear that? To engage your skill is to let people have a bite of what you can do. Let people know what you can do. Let people know how you can do it. Let people know what you stand for and what you can deliver. I put up 3 tools or 3 ways that can help you engage your skills. Number 1, volunteering. Number 2, mentoring. And number 3, DIY, do it yourself. Most times when we tell people go volunteer, some persons tend to look down on that opportunity because they feel, who is going to pay me? How much would they pay me? So how am I going to pay transport to go there and all of that? But let me tell you something. When you volunteer, you begin to engage your skills in a way that you would not have done if you never started that. When you become a volunteer first, before looking out for other clients, you have the opportunity to perfect the skill that you have discovered in number 1. So when you meet other volunteers, you also learn for free the different things that they have done and how they do it. When you volunteer for a course, maybe for a community course or something, you have been able to expose yourself to the kind of people that would need you and that would pay you. Example of volunteering is, for instance, if you're into photography, you have a circle of people in church, or you have maybe in your workplace, you can volunteer to do photography for a particular event. Or walk up to someone and tell the person, I can volunteer to take photos of your event. And then if the person agrees, or even if the person doesn't agree, go ahead and just take photos and send to the person, oh, I took a photo of you doing this, I took a photo of you doing that. Or you volunteer for a community cause, take photos of somewhere in your community and share. When people see that you're doing this already, there are people who will spot and then criticize you. There are people who would stop by to tell you you did well. When these people come to give compliments and all of that, you will be able to know what you have done and then how you can do it better. So remember the first step in engaging your skill? Volunteer. The point about volunteering is let people have a bite of what you can do. So let's move on to the second tool, or the second way to which you can engage your skills. Number 2, mentoring. Hello? Did you hear me? I said mentoring. Do you know who a mentor is? Well, I guess you do. Finding a mentor is one of the steps, or is one of the ways that you can engage your skills in whatever field of interest that you want to go into, whatever field of expertise. Find someone that has been there before and is succeeding in that area. When I wanted to go into branding, when I wanted to go into brand strategy, I had to find a coach who is a successful brand strategist. He helped me from day one, and that has been my success story. Find someone, maybe online or offline, someone that is succeeding in your field of expertise. Get to know this person, get to know what he or she does, and how he or she does what they do. Find out how you can learn from them. If it means paying for their courses, go ahead and do it. Pay for their courses to have access to them. Whatever it takes to get access to them, do it. And don't abuse that relationship. Mentoring is very, very important in helping you engage in your skills and also helping you grow. So let's move on to number 3. Remember number 3? DIY. Do it yourself. I don't know what scares you whenever you want to start doing new things. I do not know what you're always afraid of, because if you do not do new things, you won't grow. It's only when you step out, do new things, move ahead, that you can grow from where you are. Remember, change is the only constant thing in life. So you have to change from that person that once discovered himself or herself to someone who is now engaging in the skills that he or she has discovered for himself or herself. So the point about doing it yourself is try something new and keep improving. So let's put all these 3 steps together. 3 steps to engaging your skills are: number 1, volunteering; number 2, mentoring; and number 3, DIY. Okay, so for this episode, we have talked about how to engage your skills so that you can monetize your skill. Remember, we first talked about discovering yourself, and the second step we are ending today is engaging your skills.